It's been so long. Wow. Um, Life has been very fast, also slow motion. Um, but if this is live and working correctly, then I am streaming to nobody. Uh-oh. And all of that is messed up. Let's swap here. I hope you can see me. I hope everyone's who's seeing this is having a wonderful night. It is literally 1 in the morning. I just got done with work. My fiance's in the other room, just relaxing. She is sick, and my daughter is sleeping. And this live's not going to be super long, but what's up? My name's Key. I am creating Twilight Requiem. It's mostly been a solo endeavor. However, if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan and you're waiting for Kingdom Hearts 4, get hyped for Twilight Requiem because this is a passion project. We're inspired by Kingdom Hearts 2, absolute masterpiece of a game. We're an indie, we're a small team, mostly solo. We're going for it, okay? We're paying homage to the king of action RPGs, which is Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. It's where we get our inspiration from, and we're just taking a look at the Steam page here. This is something I'm super proud of. We have almost 300,000 impressions and 300 wish lists. The art direction, everything is coming together super well. I'm throwing everything I have into this project. Um, I have a 2-year degree in coding, C sharp, software development, whatever. Found myself really accelerating and putting in a lot of time, getting good at reading code, blocking code, understanding how code talks to one another. I just really accelerated. I ended up taking a Udemy course to get this up and running. It's doing super well. The website is live. It's fun using this information to just like put a website together, get a game design document done, code a controller, learn the Unity engine. This is mostly for me to just document this process, be really raw and honest about the process. Um, it's also, I've been getting super heavy into the marketing. Honestly, this is just documentation for where I'm at in my life. My daughter's 5 months old. I'm I'm pushing for a better future. Like this game needs to be a commercial success. It has to. And it's not a high end pie in the sky dream if you're working efficiently, you're working intelligently, you're working smartly. My full-time job is team lead in a Walmart, and I have led over 150 associates in a year and a half. So a lot of my managerial skills have actually really translated into this project, which is amazing because what I've been doing is hiring contractors, right? So just hiring out contractors um, and project managing for myself, right? So like I don't have to pay me and I know how much work I can do. But if there's something that I know will bog me down in time, I've been using websites like Fiverr and Upwork to contract out stuff that I can't do. Like I could never draw this, but I know what my vision is. So let's have that artist do it for us, you know? So if we're getting right into the game here, Twilight Requiem, action RPG, Kingdom Hearts 2 inspired, let's just boot up the game in the editor. Let's take a look at what this game is, how it's looking, because I will say, not to toot my own horn, I think it's really coming together. Um, Super proud of this. The main menu is obviously inspired by Kingdom Hearts 2's main menu. This isn't the final look, but this is very close to what we want, right? Vlad, shout out Krazist. I wonder where you are on YouTube. I would love to subscribe to you on YouTube. Keep up the good work, Vlad. I have hired out a developer. He is amazing. Um, he's super good at architecture, where I'm like project manager, solo dev, got the idea, and then he blocks together things for me like a cutscene plugin, a custom cutscene plugin. Right off the bat, you can see major dive to the heart inspiration. Um, with this scene, I just wanted to capture that stained glass magic and that keyblade aesthetic, that anime cartoon stylized. Really wanted to capture that. I've also always loved cathedrals and castles and castle times, and I just wanted to mix it all into one conglomerate, and it really turned out. This game is, I think I mean, I feel like it's exactly on track. I think that the IP is forming itself while, paying homage, right, to one of the best action RPGs ever made. Um, you know, these little characters definitely resemble the Heartless, but they're just like called like shadow wizards or something like that. Um, Unfortunately, this artist, I reached out to them because this artist made these models, and they never got back to me. I mean, these are like perfectly on brand, super cute. We gave them a little magic. They just shoot at you, kind of walk around, shoot at you. Um, Big gaps right now in the development. Not all the animations are fleshed out, even though the that was a leveling up. Even though the animations are all present, they just need to be extended. The system is there, but love these little cartoon chests. Might have to rework the materials, but um, it's kind of running around. This next scene up here is like a centralized forest. My idea was to scale the game in a way that was immersive and world building, but it wasn't too big for me to do. A big pitfall most games fall into is trying to do too much. And I'm definitely one of those people. But I've been very good at scoping down. Um, for some reason, the performance here is lacking. So something I'm gonna have to learn tonight is profiling, which is how do we find out what's causing the frames to go lower, you know? This town has been redone probably 3 or 4 times. We ended up settling on this, and I really actually love how it turned out. It's super stylized, nostalgic. I can't believe how many frames are dropping right now, unfortunately. But this centralized forest is to serve as like the last bastion. This is like, I would say you're like Twilight Town or Traverse Town style area. This is supposed to be kind of like from here, like let's save the world. How do we do that? What is this big castle? What's going on over here? And maybe this is a design flaw, but I need to tell myself the game doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be human, and it has to be good enough, right? For commercial release, it has to be that polished, but it's cute, and like it can be what it is. Like my daughter will grow up to play this one day, and it's honestly, the way it's looking, this game feels like a conglomerate of my childhood, Kingdom Hearts 2, that aesthetic, the anime, it kind of feels like the graphics are somewhere between a PlayStation 2 and a PlayStation 3. Sort of like PlayStation 2 Pro. Let's go with that. PlayStation 2 Pro. Anyway, the premise of the game is Cleo and this witch doctor are going to help you save the universe. And you're like this ancient warrior with amnesia. You're going to have her save the universe. And these portals go to boss fights, you know, based on you unlocking them. Kind of like the Kingdom Hearts 2 final mix, you know. Post-game content, the Cavern of Remembrance, you know, all of these central bosses. We're gonna take out 6 bosses before we take out the final boss, and that is the game loop. You know, to scope down, I was like, how can we tell a deep story, you know, with limited space, right? If we're not gonna create worlds in a super huge universe, how do we tell a deeper story while having a smaller scope? Super ambitious. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make it. There's no doubt. You know, we're capable. It wouldn't look like this if we were not capable, right? And I'm not trying to spoil everything. I'm not trying to just ramble on. This is just documentation, right? So we can tell a pretty deep story with our main 3 characters here. They can team up to save the universe. Let's go. The game loop really, though, for all intensive purposes, is in the exterior areas, right? Like, so here's the central forest, but let's just go to the caves as an example, right? There's going to be these caves, or not these caves, but these playable areas. Let's say, let's not even call them levels. They're more like environments, let's say, not exactly like full open world exploration, but more of just like, there's going to be enemies here. There's going to be secrets and treasures and things to find. But these are opportunities to level up before you get that next boss, right? That next story driven boss where you want to push the narrative further. There might be some cutscenes, there might be some small things, side quests here and there in these areas, right? For all intensive purposes, but these are mostly meant for you to level up, for you to have that feeling of these are different worlds or chunks. And with these different chunks, like, I can level up, I can get my skills, I can come back to get to these portals to absolutely dominate that next boss. Almost, you know, taking Souls inspiration, Elden Ring inspiration. We want to get to that boss and butt our head against that wall. And if we are not leveled up enough, and if we keep dying, we're gonna come back and we're gonna explore. We're gonna find more secrets. We're gonna do some micro platforming just for fun, to use our abilities. You know, we're gonna get those growth abilities. We're gonna want to level up our combos. One thing I just changed here as an example for game dev purposes, this little knight character, his sword was really small, so it was really awkward. So I extended his sword to make it look more realistic. If he's gonna hit you, right? Like, if he's gonna hit you, it better do something. Another major milestone in this game is our inventory. So this is outdated already. I have my dev helping me work on this. But this here is going to be like our main pause menu, this beautiful, beautiful UI where we get to see, you know, what weapons we have, like what equipment we have, what pieces of the story do we have, how much do we know. you know, which bosses are defeated, etc. There's definitely going to be more weaponry. Our main weapon here is one of the final ones. From a game development standpoint, I was like always picturing it from the end, you know, what does her max level look like? How does she move around? What is her abilities jumping, swinging, you know, how powerful can she get? And what would that weapon look like? And it's been just super iconic. The crown is reminiscent of Kingdom Hearts 2, and it's meant to be a post game slash completionist content, right? The crown is 8 pointed, so everything that I've designed is supposed to pay homage to Kingdom Hearts 2 in a way that won't get copyrighted. We won't get taken down. This is its own IP. You can see it in the blade. The end is very metallic. It's very almost like axe moon. It does have cross hatching. I wanted the iconic nostalgic look. And then the handle itself is actually doubled. So her main weapon and her character design is meant to pay homage to Kingdom Hearts 2 nostalgically, but be absolutely unique in her own design. Her name is Cassia. She's an ancient warrior of old, reawakening. So she needs to save the universe as she discovers herself and her lost memories. This game is everything. And if I wasn't excited to play it, it wouldn't be as far as it is. I fully believe in this game. This is my, I don't even want to, like, masterpiece. That's not even the word I was searching for there, but this is me, like my self-expression, my art, what I'm good at, what I can make my mind develop and put into the world. And this game is meant to bring in a new future, bring in monetary value. This will go out to thousands of players with the right level of polish, the right project managing. In the future, the right publisher, the right fan base, right? We see it. We see exactly what this wants to be, and we will do it and we will get it done. Anyway, something I'm working on is this scene looks really, really great um, in our view here, but a problem I'm having is in the actual game build, it's not looking like this. So it's super dim. So in HDRP and Unity, it's I need a volume so that, you know, the light is reflecting correctly. Another homage to the Kingdom Hearts 2 series is our blessing form here. A dual wielding form, you know, with different attack animations, a little bit different build. It really just gives it that iconic feeling. But we're gonna build it out so it's a little more a different build, different move set. We're gonna scope down and keep it to one, but like maybe for example, we can build out what her affinities are and what color her skirt material is, like yellow, blue, green, you know, pink, whatever you want as a player, you know. Um, yeah. Anyway, so with the lighting issue, what I can do is take you guys through and see, you know, how would we try to troubleshoot that? What would we do? What we would do is go to another part of the project, find a volume in the hierarchy here. So in this scene, in our forest scene, we have a settings tab And in here, we have our sky and fog volume, and we have a post-processing volume, right? So if we copy those and we go into the other scene, maybe our project will be cohesive across the board because we have the same settings essentially in everything. So what I'm going to do is turn off, holy crap, that's a lot. I just turned off the other one, the one that was in here. And what I'm going to do is hit save and see if this makes it different. I don't need two of these. So we'll turn those ones off too. Let's just see what happens. Now that that's in here, we're gonna do one more thing. This is what's super fun is, so if I'm in the caves, there's some local volumes, local like fog volumes that are really cool. I need to take a course on, like lighting a little bit more and stuff like that. But they're like this volume here is just for a little bit of fog. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy it because I feel like in our portal area, this blue light coming down, kind of clashing, not clashing, but intermingling with the blue and yellow stained glass. I don't know, it kind of gives this really cool feeling of isolating where the portals are versus where the player's entering as they come in. And I'm no like design artist, but what I've been doing is just like ripping from my imagination in real time, just like throwing paint at the wall. And what's sticking is what will be. And it's kind of like, damn. Hey, let's go. If you're watching this on Twitch, anybody in the future, anybody from my community, I love you guys. I love you. I really appreciate you for sticking around, sticking with me. I'm a father now, and what a blessing. But I am going through one of the hardest times in my entire life. And this game is, it's a Hail Mary pass, I'll tell you that, but it is everything that I'm capable of. It is stuff that I love to do. Um, you know what's interesting? This volumetric fog is not working, but we have a different one we can use. So let's just save this because we know what we want. We'll go to this other scene that we have. One thing I'm struggling with here is I have this winter scene and I was just kind of like playing with it. Winter Graveyard Cathedral boss fight. Super cool idea. Need to finish the execution on it because so far I like what's happening. I like emerging from the snow pine forest into a graveyard. I think it works. I think it's unique. Um, but the forest itself, I have no idea how to make this exciting for the player. Like going based on like my design, like I said, these are just areas to run around, explore, look around. How do I make that cool for them? Because I have an entry point and an exit point. But like it's not a pointless scene, but the middle is pointless. Like these ruins here are beautiful and it gives cohesion to the game. You expect, oh, those are the runes, whatever. Um, but I just need an idea for the middle. Anyway, side note, just because this is streaming to pretty much nobody, but if you're watching in the future, I love you. Thank you so much for being here and being interested in Twilight Requiem. One cool thing I've thought about doing for this game is these little podiums, right? These little podiums are almost like open spell books, and these could be like if you have the right page or you have the right thing to like allow the portal to open or the gate to open for you to have access to that next area. It can add a layer. And an inspiration of mine was the medieval game from the PlayStation 1, this little Dan, the skeleton man, running around. And in the level design of that game on the PlayStation 1, all that happens is the player runs through an object, they get that object, they run up to a gate, right? And then they set that object right into the palm of this hand on the wall, and it magically opens that gate. Like these little tiny puzzles that are almost automatic gave this like flow. It's like very wow, like oh my goodness. Very fun, snappy, brainless entertainment. Super, super fun, right? Same thing here. I'm thinking of adding a layer of that. Like, oh, I have the book page now. I restore the book page to the book opens the door. Boom, you know? What I'm here for is this fog volume here in the graveyard because it's very nice. It's big. Uh, find it. Fog. Local volumetric fog. Here it is. So we'll just use this in the hub scene that we were trying to like anticipate. Um, we'll use it in the portal area, and we'll just set it like kind of like outside, right? Because so one thing I've been doing in kind of the marketing of the game is just uploading clips, and part of the reason I'm live streaming tonight so late is obviously my work schedule, but I need to be pulling clips from the live stream. It's easy wins when it comes to um, content. So let's try this. Let's see what this looks like. Just kind of like casually throwing a fog volume into this section of the map, I think is super cool. Cool idea. We'll see how it turns out. Go to our bootstrapper. We'll hit play, and we added a shortcut button. So obviously our player HUD is very inspired Kingdom Hearts 2 like command menu style, which is not copyrighted, by the way. The thing that is copyrighted when it comes to a command menu, it would be if I made the command menu exactly the same way that the Kingdom Hearts command menu works, right? Like every single function and every single like blatantly copying, let's say, the exact same art pieces for each button and all that. All right, so we have a shortcut button in our command menu here for the castle. Let's pop over there, and maybe this fog is so faint you can't even really see it. Can you see it? It just kind of surrounds, right? It doesn't look terrible. I wonder if we took it one step further and just put it everywhere in here, like a kind of dusty cathedral style. I don't know. One cool thing that I think I really enjoy about the setting is the light coming in from the stained glass windows on the one side. Those are just panels. Here's an example of the gates that I was talking about. Like, boom, I have the page of restoration. I can unlock the gate. This is meant to be the gate we came from, kind of like a point of no return. Like, this one will never open. These books could also be information points, like, wow, the gate looks locked. I can't return here anymore. Or, I'm not sure how to unlock this. Or lore bits, right? So, like, here in the final bastion, there's these very big swords stuck in the ground, almost like graveyard style, and there could be lore bits to it, like these swords are the swords of the fallen or the warriors that have come before that couldn't make it happen, or you know what I mean, something deep, kind of environmental storytelling like Elden Ring has. Just elements of that, you know, to really make this project extremely unique in its execution. Um, this has been Twilight Requiem, you guys. Like this, it's on its way. I'm telling you, if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan, Kingdom Hearts 2 fan, I believe you are gonna love this game because I love those games. This game is next up. I don't want to sound overly confident, but you know what? I really think the value I'm providing here is going to be worth it in the end. This art is coming through. It is taking every ounce of my soul to make this game, but I want to deliver for you guys. All 300 of you that have already wishlisted, I love you. Thank you. Um, this game is going to change my family's life, especially when I deliver. I love you guys. It's been key. I love you. I love you. I love you. Twilight Requiem on Steam. We are on Steam. If you're a Kingdom Hearts fan, if you're an action RPG fan, Twilight Requiem is next up. Shout out to everybody that's been reposting, liking, and commenting and following this game. You're early. I love you. Twilight Requiem. Don't forget it. It's been key, you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me and letting me rant about my game and my passion project. Bye.